Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me. Today we're going to make a Mother's Day card with the stamp set from my favorite things called Watercolor Flowers. What's great about this stamp set, it's a layering stamp set, so it does outline which layers go with which flowers. I'm going to be watercoloring today with distress inks. I'm actually going to be using two different sets of flowers from the stamp set and then just four colors for the flowers, three for the petals and then one for the middle, which is the yellow. I'm also heat setting every layer that I stamp. Sometimes I'm showing it on the video, sometimes I'm not, but I am heat setting in between. I just want to make sure that each layer is dry before I put on the next layer because you don't want it to get muddy and you want the different colors to show throughout. And I will be listing all of the supplies in the description box and links to it as well. If you're liking this video so far, please give it a thumbs up. I'm now adding the smallest flower in the stamp set, using the exact same colors as I used as the big one. I want to keep the flowers cohesive but kind of make it seem like they're just baby flowers. I'm going to be doing a lot of masking up and coming next, but using the leaf in the stamp set right now. So I'm applying the first color and then I will add the second color. I went ahead and cut all the masks out ahead of time, and when I get into more masking I realized that I actually didn't cut enough of the leaf or the flowers, but that's okay because you can also just move them around as you'll see up and coming. But as you noticed when I was kind of doing all the masks, I realized that the flowers were kind of hard to figure out sometimes because they're just blobs of ink. So you'll see a couple times I was trying to figure out which way it was supposed to go. So when you're masking, what you want to think about is anything that you kind of put the mask on, you want to make sure that that's the thing that's going to be coming out in front. And so then when you stamp on top of the mask, that's what is going to appear behind. So that's kind of how you think about it, just in order. As you can see, I'm now applying the second layer of the leaf, and right before I did that, I had actually set it with my heat tool, as you saw, and finishing all this up. And then next what we want to do is add the stem of the flowers. We don't want them to look crazy and floating, so just kind of finishing all this up. Every time I make a card, I really don't think about what I'm doing ahead. Sometimes I do plan it and sometimes I don't. Like for this particular card, I kind of knew I wanted it to be a really pretty, beautiful scene since it's the Mother's Day card. And I was thinking I've never done anything that looks like nighttime with flowers. So, and I've seen images of like a beautiful moon coming up. And so that's kind of how I got that idea. So just added the stem. Now what that was I went ahead and got one of my die cuts and grabbed the mask and cut out a half circle. And now I'm masking off all the places that I am going to be coloring to be the sky. When you're adding in this, I kind of did it in layers, and it's kind of great to have some parts be a little bit darker and some parts be a little bit lighter. And you have to be really careful. I brought in a napkin because your fingers will be very dark and blue, and I of course had it scratch paper, but I just kind of went over things a few times until I liked what it looked like, and I wanted it to be realistic. So it was kind of great that it didn't look perfect. And then I'm peeling all the masks off. And then on some areas where I realized like maybe I had missed a spot, or when you're masking you can't really tell, all you do is just add the mask back in and recolor it again. Now I'm going to add in the moon, and I do apologize. When I was doing the moon, I didn't realize that my camera had stopped recording. What you see of that half circle was just the negative space that I had left over, so I basically just layered over and over. Now I'm coming in with a white Jelly Roll pen to add in the stars. And now I wanted to go ahead and assemble the base of the card. This is just scratch paper that I started with. It's the size of a regular size envelope. So I grabbed two of the same scratch paper. One was a little bit longer, scored it up against each other, and then I'm going to trim off the edge of the card because it was a little long. And then all you just do is just line them back up together, make sure they fit. And I'm going to come in with my Tombow Mono Extreme Adhesive, add some of that glue onto that extra flap, and that's kind of how you kind of build a custom card base. So you can do that with a lot of your cards if they're just too long or too big. And then I'm going to come in with some Scotch mounting tape and adhere to the back of the card. I'm going to use 3 Scotch tapes and line it up onto the base of the card. I'm not going to add a sentiment this time around because it is really busy. I'm just going to stamp Happy Mother's Day on the inside. Wanted to add a little bit of shine onto the moon, so I added some Wink of Stella clear glitter glue, and that finishes the card. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye!